Okay, we are here on the Euro Nation channel. Long time coming for this. These two individuals here. We got Vicky Waters from Cappella. We got Mark Loverush, one half of the Luv Foundation from the UK, who are here. We don't do interviews very often, but we're interviewing them, and we just had to do it because they just came out with a brand new song just a few months ago, which we have helped promote, and it's just fantastic. Welcome, guys. How are you doing today?
Very well.
Hey,
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah, It's been a long day. I've been up since 5 o'clock. So.
Oh shoot! Oh, this guy's tired.
he's always up early. He goes to bed at 8. It's just past his bedtime.
Oh wow. Are you kind of like a night owl, Mark?
No, I'm like a morning guy, like really early morning guy, and then I kind of like lag by the time it gets to about 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I get that.
And then everyone hounds me like literally in the evenings. I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah. So where are you guys hailing from?
I live in Wales.
Okay.
And I'm just north of Manchester.
So just to get things straight, have you guys ever crossed paths in person, or have you guys?
Yeah.
You guys have met, right?
Yeah. Mark came to see us at a show in Leicestershire called Back to Festival. So he came down there he drove up especially to see us. It was quite a long drive as well, but yeah, we've met in person.
Oh wow, that's great. And that must have been an incredible festival as well. I remember Mark mentioned it to me, and but back in September, right? So
yeah.
Really good.
But for me, it was just like to see Cappella live, and obviously perform our tracks as well. Was
right.
Yeah.
Well, given the history of the group, now you are technically, I wouldn't say an official part of it, but you are a part of it in a sense because you're kind of part of that renaissance with this new track that came out, right?
Yeah. Everyone's loving the new track. It's gone down. It's been really successful, and everywhere we go, it's kind of like when we play it live, there's always a big cheer at the end. So yeah, it's been really happy with the way that it's gone. Yeah.
So before we go back in time, right? How did this come about? Like, obviously, you're part of Cappella, Vicky. You've been part of Cappella for a few years. How did you decide to hit up Mark and Luv Foundation to helm this new track?
It was through a friend of mine. So I sat on the balcony in Ibiza, as you do, with a cup of tea, not a wine. And we're just chatting, and he said, "I've got this friend, Mark, and I had this idea for Cappella and the way I wanted to move it forward and bring out new music." And said, "And he had this friend," he said, "and I think you'd get on really well. And you both have like the same vision and drive and ambition." And he just put us on, and he just hooked up and we just hit it off right away. It was great.
Yeah, and then what happened was we was coming up with some ideas, and we had a track called "Give It to Me, Baby" that we originally had on promo, and it was starting to blow up. And then I approached Vicky after she approached me to basically re-vocal it, and they re-vocaled it, and that was the first Cappella record we released. And then we did a rework of "You and Me." And then "Stay Mine" was, I always wanted to know where the music is moving come from Fargetta, the 90s classic Fargetta. So I did a bit of research on the internet, and then came across this Mary's House track on YouTube, and I heard it, and I played it to Vicky and Cappella's management, and he just said this got Cappella literally stamped all over it. So we just kind of like basically redid it, but kind of like in more of a Cappella vibe.
Right.
And as you know, it's turned out to be huge.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It captures the spirit of Cappella from back in the 90s. But were there any other alternatives? Like, did it ever cross your mind? You know what? Maybe I'm going to do a house track.
No, because it's the thing with "Give It to Me, Baby," because like "Give It to Me, Baby" was kind of like very EDM. But it was just like basically just to get, in like doing stuff with Cappella first, and then just basically introducing something new, rather than obviously "Stay Mine's" a cover version, and obviously "You and Me" was like a rework of the '94 classic. But for us, and obviously Cappella, it's important that we keep that kind of like Cappella niche sound. And like the fans, I mean, the fans have come back and said that this is literally the best Cappella record they've heard since the You Got to Know album. So we're blown away by it. Just like the response we're getting from it is yeah, it's
been amazing. Yeah,
it was surreal. Do you know what I mean? It's surreal working with Cappella.
Yeah.
It's like a pinch yourself moment. Do you know what I mean? I grew up. I was like, I mean, I got introduced to Cappella when I was like 12 or 13 with You Got to Know, like back, you know, the rave era and all that lot. Take Me Away was kind of like, I think about 15 or 16 before I even got to know that record. But I grew up listening from You Got to Know. Every record that came out from Cappella, I was just like, you know, so they'd go to the fun fairs on the waltzers, and you had Cappella, Max, and all that lot playing in the background. It was yeah. So it's a pinch yourself moment. But obviously, I know Cappella from like the early years of like 1987. Well, I can't even pronounce the name, so I'm not even going to pronounce the name of the track.
Yeah, it's got some weird names actually. We're looking at this. If we're looking at the screen right now, we're looking at OG Cappella, like 1987. Like this is.
Yeah.
I don't know who these guys are. This is even before my time.
This is a Tory Forrester. He was the original bass, the first bass, if you want to call it that, on the Hail and Hilly album.
Right. This is called House Energy Revenge.
Yeah.
Never heard it. But yeah, it's. I mean, look at that. Look at that music video. That's pure.
Yeah. I think it was quite a big hit as well. I think it went to number 11 or something in the.
It's just pure Italian house.
Yeah.
You know? It's massive back then, the Italian house, and that just is the epitome of Italian house right there.
Yeah.
And the video just looks like you're doing aerobics.
I mean, it's great for its time. What are these guys up to nowadays? Do like have you heard?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Mark, question for you. How long have you been making music?
So before Luv Foundation started in 2023.
Yeah.
My first record I ever released was a remix for Ian Van Dale's Castles in the Sky.
Okay.
Which was released on the Will I single. It went number 5 in the Nationals. Basically, my remix was on the as a bonus track on the Will I single. And then I had a single. I had a big single that was going to get signed by Sonic's label at the time, and she was signed to It Feels So Good. We did a track called Don't Leave with Louise Dufresne, but we had a bit of conflict with the producers I was working with. They wanted more money. So, and it was kind of like wrong because it was kind of like I went into the studio, got the guys to help me make the record, and I was in control of the record, but they kind of overshadowed me and stopped me from signing the deal. So I'd have had a big deal with Judge Jules' label back in the day, but then it was the second single I ever did, which was Perfect Honey with Mark Ullman from Soft Cell. Paul Oakenfold signed it on Perfecto Records.
Sorry, I think did I mishear you? You said 2023 or 2003?
2000, yeah. So my obviously Castles in the Sky was 2001.
Okay.
And then we did 2000. I think 2003. 2003, that record was signed to Perfecto, and it came out in 2005.
Okay, yeah. So you've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
And obviously you've been hitting those spikes with big artists, you know, Ian Van Dahl.
Well, I mean, Love Us UK. I mean, we had huge success as Love Us because I co-wrote with a track with Bryan Adams. I did a rework of Maury Kante's sacred classic Yeki Yeki, which ended up being the biggest #1 club record of the year of 2011.
Yeah.
And Love Us UK was really successful, but a big argument with the producer. The music was starting to become a bit too samey and all this lot, and I kind of like lost the soul for me. And then I got into acting anyway. So
acting. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Oh, you definitely got the look, you know. You got the mustache and everything.
That's my Peaky Blinders look at the moment.
There you go. Okay.
He's doing a few things as our Mark.
Yeah.
and Vicky, why don't you tell us about your story through music? Because from what I heard, you started like as a dancer, right?
No, I'm not a dancer. I've
Oh,
never
you're
done a
not a
dance
dancer at all. Look at that. Oh my God, my
No,
research.
I no, so no, I've only recently started dance classes. I did Morris dancing, if that counts, when I was about 9 or 10. With
Okay,
my
but
little
you
pom
always
pom.
wanted to sing.
Yeah, so I was classically trained from the age of 4. So my auntie was a classical singer at the time, and she was also my singing teacher. My grandpa was actually very well known in the classical circuits, if you want to call it that. He actually has a memorial trophy in his memory that I won when I was 11. So yeah, that was quite nice. I didn't know my grandpa; he died before I was born. So yeah, so I started off with the classical training till I was about 14, and then I moved on to musical theatre. So that's sort of where my base and training is in. And then I did the usual pubs and clubs, and I've started from the ground up, and I've grafted and I've worked my way up through the ranks, I guess. And then obviously I met Marcus and Liz, and then ended up in Cappella. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking through that, and I mean, at first when I looked at Liz, I'm like, are they sisters? Like, are you sisters with her? Is that your sister or not? I mean, are you? I was trying to figure that one out.
I know. I think you and everybody else. So
Yeah,
I used to cover. So I used to cover for Liz in Cappella. So if Liz couldn't do a show for whatever reason, then
yeah.
I'd step in, and nobody knew the difference. Nobody could. So it's
I
really
mean,
strange. So when I actually took over full time from Liz, because she was leaving the group to look after her young son,
yeah.
and we did the photography, and everyone's saying, "Yeah, but you've left the band. Why are you still in the photography?" And she's going, "It's not me, it's Vicky." Like, and nobody believed her. They said, "Yeah, that's you," and she's going, "No, it's not." So we look so similar. Yeah, it's crazy. We're very different in a lot of senses, but depending on how we have our hair and makeup. Not that I have any on at the minute. Thank you very much for that. This was told me. I was told tonight that this interview would be like audio only.
No. We have to
Maybe
show the
so.
people what Liz looks like. So this was the previous singer before you,
Mhm.
Liz Burks, and you were filling in for her when she couldn't, and
Yeah.
then finally you essentially took over. So yeah, there is an uncanny resemblance here, and you guys aren't related, which
No,
is
I
kind of
have
crazy.
a side by side on my phone, and I should have given you that if I knew you were going to do this.
Oh
And
really?
the side by side is absolutely like it's quite scary. Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness! Wow. Well, you know what? I mean, I guess it's just there was no interruption in the look, of Capella. So
yeah.
yeah, there we go. There we go.
And
Um,
Julian, can I just mention Julian as well? Because Julian's the other half of Love
I was
Foundation.
gonna ask about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're one half.
So Julian's he's been making music since I think like the middle of the 90s, but he had a big hit, Perpetual Motion, Keep on Dancing, Let's Go.
Yeah.
You'll know it is. It was a huge 90s, a massive 90s hit. And then he did a big single with Danny Minogue, which went top 10 in the nationals over here. And he was in Soul Seekers and he does Rough Loaders as well. But he's remixed everyone from the Spice Girls to U2 to Robin, and he's got a whole catalogue of stuff he's done. I just wanted to get that in there as well.
Yeah. So he's the quiet guy, or are you the?
He's the one that just doesn't want to get on screen.
He's the one on the street. He's in a cave somewhere making music.
Yeah, he's just making music.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So so obviously, Vicky, you joined Capella what, like 4 years ago or something?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So and before that, I mean, what was your connection with Capella? Did you have any connection at all? Did you listen to them from an early age or what?
Obviously, I was a Capella fan back in the day as a teenager
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, I always knew the brand. But I actually met Marcus and Liz at an audition when I was auditioning as a girl group with my sisters. And we just connected. A bit like myself and Mike, when you just meet somebody and just have that instant connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just got talking, and then about 12 months later, I get a phone call asking if I could step in and do some shows to cover for Liz, and that's sort of how I was involved with Capella. So that's going back 10 10, 11 years now, at least. And I did the first show with Cappella. So I've been involved with the group for quite some time, but as an official member, it's been 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, Liz Burks, she was a part of Cappella from 2013 and 2021. From what I understand, she stepped back because her husband, who was the rapper, passed away, right? Unfortunately, right? So obviously those things happen, and and then you ended up stepping in to carry on the legacy, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, Liz said to me that she was always stepping back, and I should have been doing this with Marcus, really. But obviously, things happened, and that's not didn't happen the way things planned, and I've just stepped in and carried it on. So yeah, I've just I know Marcus ran things, and he was such an ambassador for the brand and bringing it back into where we are now. And I really want to push that and keep that legacy alive for Marcus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it takes a certain type of passion to to do what you do, and like take the helms of that, and to like keep. How do I put this into words, right? Like, you must have a lot of passion to do this, right? To keep the drive going, right? Did you ever you never in your wildest dreams figured you would be helming a group like Cappella, right?
No, it's crazy because, like, obviously, remember the music videos. You never in your wildest dreams think, oh, one day I'm going to be in that group. You just don't think like that. But when you look back at it, you think, wow, that's like it's quite amazing to be able to do what I do, and I think I appreciate it more. That I'm in my mid-40s now, so I appreciate every single show, every detail, every interview, and I just love every second of it. And I just may it long continue.
Yeah.
And another thing is as well, because like Vicky and that's obviously she's singing the classics and that, but now we're kind of like introducing new stuff which is basically Vicky's vocal. So it's good to have her on the actual singles, which is good.
No,
and we are working on a new. Can we say we're doing the cover?
I don't know. I don't know.
We keep that one as a secret.
We might have a little bit of something in the works. So we'll see.
Okay. So it's confirmed you guys are working on something.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be working on loads of stuff. Yeah, we've got loads of stuff. Basically, what's happening with Stay Mine is the radio edit's just been pulled down from Spotify this week, and we're having a new label is basically putting it back up on the 7th of November, and they're giving it a big push on Spotify and TikTok. So Don't Give Me Your Life record that we've done with Alex, Shaney from Alex Party. We just literally got, I think we're about 1.5 million TikTok views. So they're going to give it a really big push at TikTok, because I feel like we just released Stay Mine ourselves, and it's kind of like a hard work. And if you've got a label kind of like believing in the record and kind of giving it the push that we need, then I think it's gonna fly. And we've already found, I was having a conversation today about Scott, but I'll fill you in later about that. But he said it's going to be massive.
So this is like a
re-release,
a label with pull in a sense,
yeah.
Okay, good. No, yeah, that's
you don't get me wrong, the track's done amazing on its own, and it went to #1 in Ireland recently as well. But I just feel like we need someone who's basically got connection with like Spotify playlists and stuff like that to kind of like give it that really big push. Unfortunately, I'm a producer. Vicky's obviously touring and stuff and all this lot. On top of my day job, I haven't got the manpower to do it by myself. So we need a label, and it's a great track, and it deserves to be even bigger.
No, it is a fantastic track. I mean, if it wasn't, I wouldn't have promoted it. You guys did fantastic on that, and obviously there was a music video that was created, and I know that there was a little bit back and forth as to whether to make this music video, because music videos are hard work and all that. It's been a long time since a music video was made, but what was the story behind this video?
So it's all me.
It's all
But
you.
when I have,
You know, well, there's the passion
when I have an
talking.
idea, it is, and when I have an idea in my head, I'm a bit like a a dog with a bone, and
Yeah.
I really wanted. I thought it's the first big major single from Cappella with the voice and the bass, and I really wanted to do a music video to go with it because I think the visual really helps the story. I met with a guy called Jed. Actually, he does Decade of Dance, and he sort of has a lot to do with this club Den in Bury. Give him a little plug. And he said, I can help you with the visuals. So I had in my head what I wanted, and we went around and looked at this place, and I thought, oh my God, it's perfect. I said, oh, this is what I want. I want a smoke tunnel. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And he says, right, well, we can do this way, and we can do this that way. And I'm like, right, great. So I was going around with the lights, and I was running around in my sparkly catsuit with the fog machine. Like, I literally directed it, produced it, starred in it. I did like special effects. I did everything. I was running around like a lunatic on set. But I'm really proud of it, and it's come out really, really well. So all the ideas have come from my head, which was a lot of pressure actually, because I didn't know how it's going to turn out. But yeah, I'm really happy with it.
And
obviously
this is the first official video in like 30 years.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, and it had to be done with passion, right, and care. So how long did this take? I'm guessing the whole day.
About 5 hours. We had a couple of the local colleges come in, so some of the dancers that you see from the local college, and we invited a few people along as well that actually they go to the club Den and they know the guys down there, and they came along. And there was a couple of Cappella fans in there as well, and I really wanted to. Some of them aren't even dancers, but I really wanted to highlight them because this video's for the fans. You know, they've been wanting new music, they've been wanting a new video, and this for me is for them. So I wanted to feature them as much as possible in the video. So yeah.
100%. And the thing is, like, I always, I think I said this to Mark, like, it's one thing to release a track and all that, and people love it, but in order to gain more traction and more views and more ears, right? People like seeing something visually, and obviously, I think the video got a lot more eyes, you know, for the song. So and it's a lot of work, I know. But when you do a track that is a staple, I mean, it's really important to do a music video. I think so anyway. So it was really great, really well done. Hopefully, when you guys do another track and it's a banger, maybe you guys could do another music video. I don't know, right? But
hopefully, hopefully that's the plan.
yeah.
But we are looking for. We're going to get our Stay Mine on vinyl for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And then we're going to have the bonus, You and Me. So basically, we'll have like probably the extended of Stay Mine original, and then the Jamie Hughes and Jox and Alina Christensen, and then You and Me is a bonus.
That's incredible, incredible. So Mark, for yourself, obviously you've been making music for a while. You know, I'm looking at your discography right here. I mean, yeah, you've been going at it for a while. What I guess what a lot of people ask me here, you know, because hold on a second, a lot of people are asking me, they're like, what is their go-to vintage synth they used to create their amazing melodies? Like, now I think they're referring to the past, but I wanna direct this question to you, you know, because you're basically the guy who's creating the new Cappella tracks, you know, and all that. What really like
it was the I can't know the name. I can tell you the name of the brand, Juno.
Yeah,
that's pretty much where the Cappella stuff came from. Don't ask me which model, because
it doesn't have to be.
I'm a DJ. I'm not a music producer. I have the ideas in my head.
Yeah,
and Julian's great at kind of like capturing my mind of like how I basically want the tracks, but I can't even sing. I'm tone deaf, so.
Yeah.
I'm a good DJ.
I mean, it's. I believe that. I believe that. And did you at all consult? Because I know the originator of this is what is it, Bartoletti or whatever? Or what's his name again?
Gianfranco Bartoletti.
Gianfranco Bartoletti, right? He's been very gracious with sharing all the stuff that you guys do, and even the stuff that we do. He reposts and all that.
Yeah.
Did he have any say in any of
You and Me definitely. Well, Stay Mine as well, didn't he?
That's the side. He signs off everything, yeah. He listens to it and stuff.
Even in the artwork and everything as well. So it's like to have the respect from the mastermind for Cappella. It's kind of an honor. But it's and it's championing it as well. So he really believes in what we're doing, and I'm looking forward to, as I said, doing lots more. We've got lots more stuff coming.
Do you feel any pressure, Mark, to like live up to, you know, when you're doing stuff for Cappella?
Well, we've got to make sure that it's kind of like it's got to have that. The thing with Cappella is it was so niche. Do you know what I mean? I always called Cappella kind of like Italian version of Felix, and Felix, Don't You Want Me, was kind of like our UK answer to Cappella, because obviously Cappella is Italian dancer, Italian group, but it's kind of like Felix had a very niche sound, and so did Cappella. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't your typical like Two Unlimited type sound or your LaBouche and all that lot. They had a really niche sound. So to recreate like Stay Mine, well, you and me, but we just wanted to recreate like as much as possible, to close to the original as possible, but how it would sound now, today, but not taking away that Eurodance vibe. Yeah. And then Stay Mine, obviously, was kind of like more. Stay Mine was more piano house, and we transformed that into kind of like Eurodance thing. So
it's a really difficult thing to do, because obviously you have your original fan base that expect a certain sound, but then you also want to bring on the younger audience as well. So it's trying to find that crossover of the old with a little bit of the new that will appease everybody, if you will, because we don't just want to go out and just put out music that people listen to now, because that's not kind of what expected. And for me personally, I want to make sure that I keep the old fan base as happy as possible as well, and then slowly sort of build it up and incorporate and make newer music and newer sounds. But still with the thought base of keeping in those big synths and things that Cappella are known for.
Yeah, and the thing is, even with the Euro sound or whatever, that kind of sound's actually hitting the mainstream now. I don't know if you notice, all the big producers they're leaning into that. So the trend is your friend in at this point anyway, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's great.
Like for us, like for me, as like as a producer aspect, like, you know, all the top producers are kind of like going into that kind of thing. But, you know, for me to work with the original 90s people, that's where I would love to be. And well, I want to be as a producer.
Great. Yeah, no. And
you know, Shani from Manic Party, she wrote Don't Give Me Life, do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, we just done that with her, do you know what I mean? Obviously Cappella. And we're just about to relaunch Colette, who did Life's a Bitch, Hold That Sucker Down. And all
I saw that.
Yeah.
For anybody who hasn't heard his other tracks, they are very they have like that 90s vibe. I know you just sent me one recently. I think it was called Hearts Up.
Yeah.
With Ashley Paul.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's released yet, but
no, it came out last year.
They came out last year. Okay. Yeah. No, it's fantastic. I was listening to that. I'm like, it's got a really 90s feel, right? And I
think the main thing for me when I stopped Love Rush UK and then got into acting, and then a friend of mine said to me, Mark, why didn't you just start getting back into music again? And I said, well, if you find me someone I can really get along with and work and gets my ideas, because when I wanted to come back to the music, I didn't want to come back and make loads of today's music. I'm so 90s based. I mean, I've got literally every single 90s cassette on my wall right now.
Cassettes, wow.
It's they are cassettes.
Lots of guy over here, cassettes.
Our first track we ever did was I Feel You, and we bought Mary Kiani. Do you remember When I Call Your Name, I Imagine, and all that lot? That was huge in the 90s, Time Frequency. We bought Mary Kiani back. She just disappeared, and I approached her on Facebook, and she hadn't done anything for years. And I said, Mary, I've got this idea, and it was the Love Decade, I Feel You, which was released in 92, 93. And it's kind of one of them records that was like a hit, but people just completely forgot about it. And so when I said to Julian about the idea of doing that record, he kind of like, I said, look, I want to capture as much essence of the original as possible. And then we came back and we got Mary to re-vocal it. And it's just, it went to #1 in the UK club charts and everything. But he just captured my mind of like me being transported back to the 90s, but now.
Yeah, no. And that's the essence that I guess you guys are trying to capture with Cappella. And it's the essence that should be captured, because a lot of people are about nostalgia now. Obviously, Vicky, when you go to these festivals, you're doing these festivals all summer long. You can see in people's faces and in attendance records probably that a lot of people are into the nostalgia, right?
Exactly that. They really are, and that's what it's all about. And just bringing as much energy on the stage as possible. Obviously, I'm singing live as well, so it's very difficult to sing and dance at the same time with these songs because they're just so fast. So try and bring as much energy as possible without doing too much, But yeah, it's great. Everyone loves it, and I'll stand at the front and just see the energy in the crowd. It's just fabulous. I just love it.
Yeah. So speaking of performances, you've been doing this for a few years now with the performances, and from you post all these flyers. You're pretty booked all summer long, basically. What is, like, I mean, obviously, did you have a favorite place to go to? Do you have a favorite performance that you've done in mind?
One of my favorite places is probably Romania. We do Romania quite a lot. Romania, and the hospitality just fantastic, and the fans there they are amazing. Not that they're any better than anywhere else, but we just have a really good time when we go to Romania. One of my most memorable shows was Peru. We went all the way to Peru for 2 days and came back, and it was just out of this world. And it's the first time that Cappella have ever been to Peru. So that was quite an honour for me personally to be able to take Cappella over to South America for the first time. So that was quite special. We've had a few UK shows, like anywhere up north is always fantastic, always, like Newcastle, like Scotland, anywhere up there, Manchester is always brilliant, Leeds, But the one in particular, I actually posted a little video onto my socials the other day from Exeter Castle. Exeter's down south, and it was it's inside the grounds of a castle, and it was just, honestly, you could barely even hear yourself sing because you could just hear everybody else, which for a UK show was really, really special, actually, because it's not what we're necessarily used to in a UK show unless we're up north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, I know the UK has a big fan base for dance music still till this day, right? Which is great. And you've been obviously Peru as well. Romania, I mean, it's Romania. I know that they love the nostalgia there, but have you guys, like, I'm sure you've been asked this, but have you guys ever even personally been to North America?
What, as in Canada?
I've not been
US,
to Canada, no.
wherever.
I've been to New York.
You've been to
I've
New
been to New York.
Okay.
I've been to New York.
Is LA in that end, isn't it?
Sorry?
LA's.
You're thinking Canada.
LA is in the US.
Yeah, but is that classed as North America?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah. So I've been to LA. I've been to. I had my name on Rain nightclub in Las Vegas as the headline DJ.
Oh wow! Look at this guy.
Yeah, back in 2000.
Yeah. I've been to Florida. I've been to New York. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it though. Florida and New York.
But never Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada because apparently Canada is very much like Wales.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, right? Where it's kind of crazy to think that over in Europe, in the UK, this music is incredible. It's going around, but here in North America, the mainstream kind of dominates and all that. And it'd be great to bring that kind of vibe here one day, right? And hopefully that's what we can help with at some point, right?
But, yeah, I know. I mean, I've seen your Euronation night that you do, and I've never seen this. Vicky, you got to watch the video. The video is just nuts.
It looks amazing. It looks fun.
Yeah.
They're free, but there's no one on their phones, which is the most ironic thing. They're just having a good time. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the sad situation. I mean, because I went out clubbing from the age of 15 years old. I shouldn't have been, but I did. And I remember used to go out clubbing at 15 and just having. It was so carefree and just having a great time. But nowadays, it's like you've just got there's too many phones, or there's just literally people just going like that in front of the.
Yeah.
It's just lost.
This is why we could have such a good time, though, because there was no evidence.
Exactly. And also, I don't know about over there, but over here, there's a lot of like people like sitting down a lot, like in booths. We're gonna order a bottle and we're just gonna sit down and we're gonna chill. And you forget
but your club night though, like I said, I've seen the video footage and all that lot. They're just having it. I mean, there's no one on the phones as well, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's the vibe we're going for. But thank you. Hopefully one day, it's kind of like an expansion process. It's not overnight. It's a slow burn, and hopefully one day we can do something a lot bigger, and we can have you there. And that's why we're setting the I guess the seed, right? We're planting the seed with your music and all that, and hopefully people can be like, oh wait, I remember this. We heard this on Euro Nation.
Yeah.
And then it won't be a surprise if we ever bring you here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mark, have you ever thought about performing?
As a what, DJ?
Yeah, like I know the music video that Vicky did, right? There was like a DJ there. He's probably some unrelated guy, some white guy, unrelated guy. But what about you? Have you ever thought about being in the music video or anything?
Mark's done some music videos. I'm Mark.
When Vicky was she was doing the video, I just literally got back from Barcelona, and she was doing it weekend, and I was just like, I'm not going
like this guy right here, that should have been Mark right here, because
Mark,
this guy's not Love Foundation. Who is this guy? Jed?
This is Jed. That was Jed who helped me with the special effects in the nightclub and organising everything.
I see. Well, Mark, that should have been Mark. He was related to the track. Look at he's turning red.
I was in Barcelona. I literally got back, and then it was the next day that Vicky was actually shooting the video, and I was like, I'm not driving all the way to Manchester. Do you know how far Manchester is? It's like 5-hour drive.
No, I get it. Yeah. But
I would have loved to have been in the video, but no.
No, it'd be cool one day.
Yeah. We was hoping to have our Cappella DJ in the music video, and he was supposed to be coming up, and he was doing something else, and it ran over. And because I'd done that scene last, I couldn't wait any longer, and I just needed to get it done, and then I could let everybody go. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. But Jed did a great job anyway. But yeah, Mike's been doing some sneaky little videos, haven't you, Mike? I think you should have. He should be. He's looking his face. He's at rolling his eyes because I've seen these cheeky little AI music videos that Mike's been doing himself in the fantastic.
Yeah, there is something coming soon.
Well, technology is like advancing like crazy.
I have to say, it's top secret.
It's top secret, but I want the word. I've seen.
What do you mean?
He's blushing. Look.
Well, you know what? With AI and all of that, we can just like insert you somewhere.
I know. Like for me, I don't know. I think after like the acting and stuff, because I was like on the road, like traveling, like getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go and acting gigs and stuff like that. And it's I don't know, it took out on me, and then obviously I kind of like got back into the music, but I just wanted to get like obviously building Love Foundation. You got to remember Love Foundations. It's like relatively we've only been going 2.5 years, so it's kind of like even though I was in Love Rush UK, it's kind of like you have to start again. You can't physically get that fan base back that you had, like when Cappella had to do the social media and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You lose that fan base because obviously social media didn't start till what, late 90s, 2005. So we really kind of like get that kind of like fan base back and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just get them on the socials and stuff, but it's hard work, but that's what I've been focused on more with Love Foundation UK. Julian kind of like creating the music, and me just kind of like really driving the social media side of things, which is hard. It's a job in itself.
No, you're doing a great job. I always hear posts and all that, and you're really pushing it. And obviously, I'm happy to push it as well. Yeah. Are you still acting? Like, you still have gigs and all that?
No, I was in Bridgerton and I was just about to do season 3, and they kept you on set for like 16, 17 hours, and they wouldn't even let you go for a toilet for a wee. They were like literally that hardcore. They wouldn't even. So I kept getting these urine infections because they kept me on set.
Oh my
and I
God.
was just like, yeah, so I didn't go back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's very like getting up at like once. I mean, Peaky Blinders. I mean, when I did Peaky Blinders season 5, I used to get up at like 1 o'clock in the morning to be in Manchester for 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, hold on. You were in Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Like the Peaky Blinders?
Season 5, yeah.
It was a
Like,
policeman.
isn't that the one where
It is.
where
I was one of Tom Shelby's best friends.
did you meet Cillian Murphy? Was he on
Yes, I did. Yeah,
you met Cillian Murphy.
I have to do a scene where he comes into the bar and I have to physically shake his hand. So they only show the hand shot, but it's my hand.
It's your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So your hand was in the your hand was with.
And there's a scene. Have you seen season 5 with Oswald Mosley?
I have. I know the show. I've never gotten into it, but
yeah, there's a scene where they do a ballet scene, and there's Oswald Mosley sitting there, and they styled my hair exactly how Oswald Mosley was as well, and I had the moustache, and they placed Oswald Mosley there, and I'm literally 2 seats behind him, sitting next to Killian and all the rest of the Peaky Blinders crew. But when you look at the picture, it just looks like there's 2 Oswald Mosleys, like literally at the back of each other. It was quite cool. Yeah, I was very heavily featured in season 5.
Wow, see things you'll never find out. I would never known you were in Peaky Blinders.
And I was one of the soldiers in 1917 that went over the trench and got blown up.
That's pretty epic. That's pretty epic. Look at that. Wow. Vicky. Sorry?
You miss it?
No, I like after this, I'm gonna go watch these. I'm gonna look for you. I'm gonna skip all seasons. I'm gonna watch season 5 to watch for your hand and watch for the mustache and everything.
Yeah.
Vicky, what like if you weren't doing this, like what do you think you'd be doing instead?
I don't know. I mean, when I was 16, I went to music college, and all I wanted to do was sing. All I wanted to do ever is sing. So I don't think I'd ever be doing anything other than singing. See, before I was in Cappella, I was doing like I was in a female duo, so I was doing pubs and clubs and just working my way through. But I did West End variety shows as well. But I have got 3 children, but one of them's got special needs. So I was at home. I was a trainee engineer at one point in my life. And I had to give up that job to look after the children. And then when I had my second daughter who's got some additional needs, I gave up work to look after her. So I've been a stay-at-home mum for quite a long time. And then I was doing the pubs and the clubs additionally, but I've always wanted to sing. It's always been a passion. I'm too stubborn to do anything else.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it shows you got a lot of passion, right, for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you juggle? Because you have a family. You said 3 kids, one with special needs. How do you juggle all of that with especially in the summer, because you have to tour, right?
Yeah, I mean they're all grown up now. I mean my youngest is almost 15. So you know, and my middle daughter, she drives and everything. My middle daughter that's got additional needs. When she was younger, she was very difficult. She was very hard work. But as she's gotten older, she's learned to manage herself more. She's driving and everything. So she's 18 now. My eldest is 25. So yeah, they're all grown up. So
your oldest is 25?
Yeah. So I have a 5-year-old granddaughter.
Did you have her when you were 5? I thought you were 30.
I wish I was 30.
My goodness.
I have a 5-year-old granddaughter. Yeah.
What? You're a grandmother? I do.
Yeah.
I do not. That is that. I don't know what's more shocking, the Peaky Blinders or you being a grandmother. I don't know, but you know, that's wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming like your kids and your family supportive of what you do. They should be.
Really, you have to be. If you don't have a supportive family, I mean, my husband is fantastic. I've stayed at home and looked after the kids while he's going out to work, and now I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm touring when I'm away, and he's supportive now with what I'm doing. So it's kind of a bit of a role reverse. So we just support each other, and he's great. There's no jealousy, there's no issues. It's fantastic. The kids couldn't care less. They're like, yeah, whatever, mum. Typical, young adults, like, oh, whatever.
I'm sure someday, if you keep going at it, they'll be like, oh my gosh, my mom is doing this, and I don't know.
Well, the friends do that. The friends are like, oh my god, that's amazing. The friends like think it's great, but they're like, oh. I mean, to be honest, I get it because my dad was in bands all his life. I mean, you've probably not heard of it. He was in the Lieutenant Pigeon, and he's also now currently. Remember the Trogs? Did you hear of the Trogs? They did a song called Wild Thing. It goes, Wild Thing.
I know that.
You make my heart sing. So it's a big hit. And he's a frontman of that. So he was always touring when I was younger. So I kind of get it because I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's only my dad. So I kind of get it.
Oh wow. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Musical family.
Yeah. So you guys. Sorry.
My sisters are singers as well. They're in a band together. My sisters. So we all sing.
Yeah. I mean, if let's say, I mean, I don't know, right? You look like Liz Burks. Maybe your sister looks like you. You can, if something ever happens, your sister takes over. It's like Vicky lives on.
Liz looks more like my sister than my own sisters. Can you believe?
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's true. Because Liz is the same, with the same height, the same build, everything. My younger sisters, they're 3 years younger than me, but they're twins, and they look completely different. They don't look anything alike. But if you put the two together, you get me. It's kind of a bit weird, but yeah, Liz looks more like my sister than my own sisters.
That's insane. and just to go back on Liz, from what I understand, she's actually is she the manager right now of Cappella?
Yeah, she's the manager and the agent as well.
Okay, yeah.
She runs the agency as well.
So technically, she didn't abandon Cappella. She's still very much part of it.
Very much part of it. Very much part of it, and wouldn't have it any other way. It's great, and we have a really good friendship as well. We were friends before I was in Cappella, and we've known each other quite a lot. It's been about 15 years. We've known each other a long time. It's a really good working relationship and friendship as well. So yeah, it's great.
No, that's great. That's great.
We've got to have the trust. We trust people.
Yeah, and that's really important, right? In terms of music, what like, obviously is a very generic question, but it's got to be asked, like, what, especially to Mark, because he makes music, right? Like, what inspires you, man?
When it comes to doing remixes and stuff, obviously, I kind of like have the kind of like a vision of like how I want it coming out, relate it back to Julian. Because the thing with Luv Foundation is we don't want to keep doing like stuff that every track sounds the same. We want to kind of like evolve it. I mean, Don't Give Me Your Life is completely different to Stay Mine, do you know what I mean? And obviously the Life's a Bitch. Am I allowed to swear on this? Life's a Bitch.
Yeah.
Life's a Bitch is completely different again. But it's for me, as long as it's kind of got the 90s essence to it. I mean, we've got this wicked Afro house track coming out in December as well. It's very, very, I want to say kind of like Indian, kind of like India meets Africa. But it's very, very, very cool. So we're kind of like, we do this kind of stuff, but we're kind of like, we're not one set genre of kind of any style of music. Whatever feels right for the record or for the vocal.
Okay.
That's what I was just saying.
Well, what do you like? Like, obviously, you listen to your tracks on your free time. You got to refine them and all that. But what do you listen to on your free time when you're like in the car or whatever?
90s
music, like 90s dance, or like
just 90s dance,
or like slow music. Like,
well, my favorite group of all time, apart from the boy band E17, is Enigma.
Enigma. Okay.
That's my
Okay.
favorite.
Return of the Innocents.
And Sadness and yeah, all that.
And Sadness and all that. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And
What about
my
you?
influence is something. I have a lot of different things. So I really enjoy clubland type music, the euphoric, the big synths, and the trance vocal, uplifting
Yeah.
vocal trance. I love all that kind of thing. In the summertime, it's up full blast in the car. But I also listen to a lot of musical theatre, like a lot of soul, and yeah, just I just love all different genres of music. Just I find it fantastic. And like Michael Jackson, and, I love all that kind of stuff. Carpenters, even. So yeah, it depends on my mood. I like to listen to lots of different things. Depends on the mood, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. When you go to all these festivals, like they're like clubland style festivals, right? Do you are you surprised by the amount of people that are coming out? Like, what is the biggest crowd you've performed in front of, Vicky?
40,000.
40,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And you know what? It's more difficult performing in front of 5 people than it is 40,000. Would you believe? I find
Why
more
is that?
pressure.
More pressure?
I don't know why. It's weird because even though you've got 40,000 people watching and listening, when you've got 5 people just in a small room, just stood there like watching you, you know that they're listening. I don't know. It's a really weird feeling. It's quite surreal, and they're like there. Whereas when you go to big stages, so many people, like other than the first few rows, you don't tend to. You do look out and think, "Oh my God, wow, that's a lot of people," but you're just too busy performing. But when it's just a small room that's intimate with 5, I'm more likely to be nervous. Yeah. It's really strange. I can't explain it, but yeah.
Do you get a
It
lot
is
of
what it
people?
is.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. Do you get a lot of people? Do you get some people coming up to you, or like I don't know, trying to talk to you, autographs or anything like that?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time. And that's my favorite part of the job is meeting people, because without these people, we wouldn't have a job.
No,
And that's
definitely.
basically, I always try and make the effort if people want to meet backstage, wherever it is, or they'd say, "Oh, we're going to be at the hotel." They always seem to find where the hotel is. The amount of messages I get, "Oh, you're staying at such and such a hotel." I don't even know at this point what hotel I'm staying in. I don't get the information until like a few days before of the hotel. I only get the flights, and they're telling me where I'm staying. I mean, sometimes they're even sending me the flyers for the shows that I haven't got myself yet. The Cappella fans are crazy, But yeah, I always spend my time. Is Everyone's time's precious, but I'll enjoy spending time with the fans more than anything.
No, it's fantastic. And now that we're hitting November soon, I'm guessing this is your downtime. Like, there's not a lot of gigs heading into the winter, right?
We're working. We're working 3 weekends in November.
Okay. Oh, that's
We
quite
have
a
a show in December, so we're still busy. Yeah, at the minute, yeah, we're still busy.
bit. Okay. Okay. Perfect. I guess I'm just looking at some viewer questions here, like they sent me prior. Like, do you? How much are the original producers involved with Yak? I think we touched on that with Bartoletti signing off on everything that you guys do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we sign off?
No, it's just a shame I can't mention the next single, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. How about this? How about this? Because this is one thing that people were asking about. Because when you create a song like you, it's a really good song. We got positive feedback, we got negative feedback, we got everything, right? A lot of people are like, "Are you ever going to create something that's not a remake? Is that ever in the books?"
it's I can say this actually. I'm speaking to Ricky from the Space Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an amazing 90s top line writer, and we're just basically trying to figure out some kind of musical ideas. I'm speaking to Simon Langford, who was in Soul Seekers. he's a big Cappella fan as well, and he's got all the original keyboards that made the Cappella stuff. So it's basically, and he's like a William Orbit. So if I come up with like saying I want to kind of like this kind of like an idea like this, he will basically transform it, and he will make it kind of like a brand new kind of what do I say? You got to know, but not you got to know. It would have that kind of like you got to know vibe, but it would have a like, and then get a proper like hook line written for it, and then a rap around it as well, which Ricky's already agreed to kind of do.
Okay.
We are. It's a lot of process. It needs to be right. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I can't. We're just going to come up with some demo ideas, play it to the Cappella and the management, and then if we can get the go ahead, then Vicky, once the song's approved, then we can get Vicky and Ricky to go in the studio and do the vocals.
I think people just think that we can just pop music out, like, oh, let's just stick a song out. We want a new song, we want something that's original. It's got to be the right song at the right time, and there's a lot of people that have to. It's a process that have to say, yeah, that's okay. It's not.
You've also got to remember a lot of the Cappella records from the 90s. They were kind of like samples. They were like samples of other songs. And then a rap put around them. So like for us to capture that essence, the hook line's got to be great, the rap's got to be great. If it's not great, it's just not going to work, and it's a really hard process. It really is. That's why I was lucky enough to come across Stay Mine, because when I heard Stay Mine, it's like that was the first time I heard Stay Mine when I come across it, and I was just like, when I heard it, I was just like, wow, this is Cappella.
Yeah, no, it's
obviously people haven't heard Stay Mine before. They haven't heard the original Mary's House version. So to a lot of people that have the feedback that I've got about, that's the first time I've heard it. So to me, it's a Cappella song.
Yeah.
Which it obviously is now. They've never heard the Stay Mine version, the Mary's House version. So to them, it's an original. Whereas other people had heard the mix and they went, "Where's this from? This isn't original. I've heard this before." And they couldn't quite put the finger on where it was. And we've been quite forthcoming and said, this is what it is. We've remixed it. And, we do want to be putting out original stuff as well, but we've got to start somewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've got to be very creative. Like I said, it's got to have a very good hook line.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the remix, especially with what you did with Stay Mine. I'm just going by what we got a lot of comments in on that video, and there's some niche guys out there. They're like, oh yeah, I heard this before, this and that. So, but yeah, the main cusp of people did not hear Stay Mine from Mary's House, right? And it was a great track, and of course, it's really good to stay true to what you're saying. You can't just pump out music just for the sake of it. No, especially with a group like Cappella, you got to keep the legacy alive, and the passion has to be there.
Yeah, I mean, that's like I said about Give It To Me Baby. Give It To Me Baby is not Cappella, but it was just, it was just like just to have the opportunity to do something with Cappella before we started, moving on to find like what we wanted to do, to create that Cappella sound. But it's not as easy as the fans just saying, go and make a new track. It's really not. It's got to be right. Do you know what I mean? It's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, I guess this brings me to like it's one question that's like nagging in my head. I'm like, I really want to ask it just because it interests me a lot, and it's more so towards Mark, because obviously we're in an age of technology and all that, and we see a lot of people out there who are like, I'm going to start using AI. I'm going to start using AI. I'm going to start making music through AI. And personally, to me, I don't like it. I want to know what you think of it as a producer, Mark.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's I've heard that one of the top producers in the world is using it as basically to come up with ideas. So he basically puts them in just to get kind of like some kind of like demo-y kind of stuff, and then works on them and stuff like that. I think it's kind of cool for that. I mean, me and Julian have actually done it on a track. Recently hummed a melody, or wrote a melody, and wrote a kind of like a hook line, and it's come out really good. And now we're going to work on that record and obviously get Colette's going to write the top line, but it sounds like an old Loveland record from the 90s. So it's yeah, I've got no problem with it. I think it's great for kids as well, if kids want to get into making music and stuff like that. I think, unfortunately, you know, it's the way forward. Do you know what I mean? We're all going to get killed by Terminators at one point anyway. So do you know what I mean? We're going to supposed to be getting attacked by aliens next month anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you never know.
I think it's great for like the new music coming through today, especially like the EDM type things and the dance music and the trance. It can be really great for that, and even just giving ideas of writing. It does it all for you. I mean, it is cheating, I think, a little bit, but I think for the cappella stuff, we have to be true to the roots and we have to use those original synths, because I just don't think AI can ever recreate that. So.
No.
For some things, it's great, but for the cappella sound, it wouldn't. We'd never use it for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I don't think it can ever recreate like soul in a sense, you know, like a human, something very human. I don't know, right? It just doesn't. But that's just me. But I just want to get your thoughts on it. I don't do interviews very often. I just want to ask what an artist take is on that, right? But yeah,
I'm a bit of fan on it. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously everyone's doing AI pictures and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's just the way forward.
Okay.
So I don't you know what I mean? But I think it would take the soul of like going into the studio and physically doing stuff, and that's kind of like, for me, that's what I'd want to carry on doing. So I think it's good for people that haven't got the opportunity to go to a studio.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry?
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of this new track that you can talk about, you know, what's the timeline on that?
It should probably be coming out once it's approved, probably January, February.
January. Okay, that's soon. You know, with the way time's going.
We want to get Stay Mine blown back up again. That's the main focus of the band.
Perfect. If you guys need any help, anything at all, you let me know. Always a real good supporter of what you guys are doing. I really love what you're doing. So
thank you very much.
Amazing. Okay, yeah. If there's anything else you guys want to throw in, you want to plug yourself, Mark. You want to plug yourself, Vicky?
No, I've mine today.
Yeah, so I've got a new solo track with Harrison on MJ Projects at the minute called 4 AM. So it's it's a cover of the Beverly Craven Promise Me. That's like a vocal trance, and I have 2 others as well that will be on the way at some point early next year, hopefully. So I'm really excited about those 2 as well. But for now, the 4 AM, Harrison, MJ Project, and Vicky Waters.
And obviously go and check out Shaney Charlie Big at Luv Foundation. Don't Give Me Your Life, which is out right now.
This is 4 AM cover. It's kind of blurry. I just got it off Google right now, but really good cover right here. And then obviously we got the 4 AM, which we've actually not 4 AM. The Shaney and Alex Party.
Don't Give Me Your Life.
Which the lyric video is on our YouTube.
Yeah, thank you.
So good feedback on that. We dropped it at our event, but we dropped it at the wrong time.
Yeah,
because that's a track that you have to drop kind of like sort of the beginning, not when the energy. You know, it's a slower kind of track, right? But it's a really good song. You know.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, no, fantastic. You guys keep up what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, I can see the passion in both of you, Vicky especially. She's the one touring, getting on planes, you know, and all that, and you as well. You're staying up late nights and all that, and you know, the creative mind, right? So I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and thank you for having us.
Okay, thank you, Cappella, Vicky Waters, and Mark from Luv Foundation. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.